数学是最赤裸裸的东西，它直接告诉你一个事情的一个现象的本质，背后的本质是什么。
And mathematics is really something that once you understand it, you can see the beauty of it. You can see the kind of creativity. For some things it's like art. If we think about everything which surrounds us, the technology, the laws of physics that describe what happens in nature, we can use them, we can do something with them. We have the technology that we have because there is one.
各位上午好，在大家的座位上，我们配备了同声传译设备，大家可以选择频道。There's a translation device on each of your seats, which you can choose your channels. 我们在大家的座位上配备了同声传译设备，大家可以选择频道。There's a translation device on each of your seat, on which you can choose your language channel. Thank you.
数学是最赤裸裸的东西，它直接告诉你一个事情的一个现象的本质，背后的本质是什么。
And mathematics is really something that once you understand it, you can see the beauty of it. You can see the kind of creativity. For some things it's like art. If we think about everything which surrounds us, the technology, the laws of physics that describe what happens in nature, we can use them, we can do something with them. We have the technology that we have because there is mathematics. Mathematics has been the way for the human to understand phenomena.
That, in fact, by now there are, in fact, many parts of mathematics which have become interesting for applications. So many more than a few decades ago.
应用往往是一门综合学科。even在数学里面，你要解决一个应用数学解决问题，不是一个单门的理论数学可以解决，这实际上是一个系统工程，数学的系统工程。
So we are at a moment where I think the computational power, it's really at the maximal level, maybe a bit better, but nothing exceptional. It's not going to be like 1,000 times better. And but mathematically, as I say, there are many challenges, and I think once we will understand better how AI works, why it works, how to improve it, how to make it more efficient, safer, and everything, this is when we will see a next revolution.
I mean, if you have theory but without practical case, so you find, you kind of lose a sense of purpose. Whereas, here, if you do also the practice but without a good theory, Well, you will continue on improving already known techniques, but you will not do something revolutionary. Of course, you will advance the technology, but basically you will be in the same trend. I mean, you will just add some new layer of refinement, but it will not be a step forward somehow.
So we think that, of course, when you are a theoretician, you are looking for understanding. But when you are an engineer, you are looking for something which works better. But then there is a miracle that usually when you get better understanding, you become more efficient. So here what we need is in some sense to enrich the amount of mathematical knowledge of the computer scientists we talk with, in order to make them realize that they can try to implement larger schemes.
就比如说是像那个大型语言模型，它里面最基础的模块是 transformer。transformer 实际上基本来说90%以上都是矩阵运算。这些矩阵运算我们如何给它加速？如果说我们能够加进很多数学的东西，就比如说利用好的矩阵分解、张量分解，利用比较好的核函数的设计，以及利用比较好的那个位置编码的方式，我相信是可以更有效的去加速整个大型语言模型的计算。
I studied mathematics. I developed new methods for solar physics. And then during conferences, I met people from cardiology. They showed their time series, their measurements, and looked very similar as solar activity. And then this is a way of interdisciplinary. Then we talked with each other and worked with each other. But the important point is each discipline has its own language. Specific language. And the problem is that you have to learn, each side has to learn a bit the basic parts, not complete, but basic parts of the language of the others, that we really can communicate and that they can tell what are their real problems.
比如说可以从黄大年开始，比如黄大年可以提供一系列的数学的课程，比如说是一些跟那个 AI 相关的数学，或者说跟其他方面，跟研究物理、跟材料、化学都需要不同的数学。从最简单的方程式开始，慢慢一步步的把这个问题给解剖开来，往深的方向走。就看你的兴趣，觉得要有一个好的一个提供知识的平台，我觉得需要形成一个这样的机制。
上午好，女士们、先生们，欢迎参加2024创新和知识产权论坛，绽放开放的力量。Good morning and welcome to this year's IP Forum on Unleashing the Power of Openness。本届论坛上，我们邀请了知识产权及科技行业资深专家进行分享，并深入探讨开放对创新的促进作用。 同时，欢迎各位媒体朋友们的出席。论坛将同时在查搜科技网站及华为官方社交媒体平台进行直播。Today we have invited field experts from the global community here to share their views on open collaboration and innovation. We also have members of the media joining us from China. And this event is also being broadcast live to our global customers and audience online. 首先，有请华为首席法务官宋柳平先生致开幕词。Without further ado, let's first welcome Dr. Song Liuping, Huawei's Chief Legal Officer, to deliver the opening remarks. Dr. Song, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And welcome. This is our 5th Innovation and IP Forum. We're proud to host this event to promote open collaboration, shared success, and a balanced approach to IP management. Open innovation drives social and technological progress. It is in our DNA. Research and innovation are at the heart of Huawei. We are committed to an open approach. We have faced many challenges in the past 3 years, but we continue to innovate based on science, technology, and customer needs. We invest over 20% of our revenue in R&D to make our products and solutions competitive. We invested 164.7 billion yuan in R&D in 2023, 23.4% of our total revenue. We have spent over 1.11 trillion yuan on R&D in the last decade. Huawei holds over 140,000 active patents. These patents let us share our innovations with others around the world. This year's forum is about unleashing the power of openness. We've been doing this for decades. At last year's event, we announced our patent royalty rates for 4G and 5G phones, Wi-Fi 6 devices, and IoT devices. This was recognized throughout the industry. On June 20, we launched a patent section on our Charles Park website. It makes it easy to search for patent information worldwide. More searchable patents help science and technology thrive. In the standard space, we support efforts to create global standards that can be used by everyone to upgrade industry. In open source, we believe in openness, inclusion, fairness, and sustainability. We want to build trusted open source ecosystems that create value for society, and this is our social responsibility. We also work with other companies and schools to create a diverse academic culture. We work with global academic associations to develop STEM talent. Together, we're making academics and the economy better. Huawei's long-term strategy is to promote ecosystem development. We work with others to help them succeed. We are committed to developing our industry in a healthy, coordinated way to create value for our customers, partners, and the world. In March, Huawei partnered with WIPO Green It is a platform for organizations to work together on sustainable development. And we are honored to welcome Mr. Edward Kwakwa, Assistant Director General of WIPO, who has joined us online. And they're doing a great job in green innovation. Huawei has used ICT solutions to help customers generate 997.9 billion kilowatt hour of green power and save 46.1 billion kilowatt hour of electricity. These efforts have reduced carbon dioxide emissions by 495 million tons, which is like planting 680 million trees. We'll keep working to make the most of digital technology in green development. In the next 10 to 20 years, we'll move towards a fully connected, intelligent world. Communication and computing will be the most important parts of this new world. We will always be open, collaborative, and innovative. We will work hard to bring digital to every person, home, and organization for a fully connected, intelligent world. Finally, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you.
谢谢宋博。接下来，世界知识产权组织助理总干事爱德华·夸夸先生为论坛发来了视频致辞。世界知识产权组织是联合国负责管理涉及知识产权保护条约的专门机构。Thank you, Dr. Song. And next, we have a video remark from Edward Kwakwa, Assistant Director General of World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. WIPO is a UN agency headquartered in Geneva to promote and protect intellectual property across the world. Let's hear from Mr. Kwakwa.
Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all from Geneva, Switzerland. It is an honor to speak with you today as we gather to discuss an issue that defines our generation: the urgent need for innovation to make the planet livable for future generations. I would like to thank Mr. Ziyong Fan for kindly extending this invitation to me to speak at this important forum. My sincere thanks also to Mr. Ren Zhengfei, founder and chief executive officer of Huawei. Earlier this year, as you may know, Huawei became a WIPO Green partner. Congratulations to Huawei and welcome to the WIPO Green family. Your commitment and dedication to innovation are well known, and we look forward to mutually developing and deepening our partnership. Allow me to start with an obvious fact, and that is that we live in an era of extraordinary change. The pace of technological advancement we witness is remarkable, and with it, our capacity to solve problems that once seemed impossible. But as we marvel at what we have accomplished, we must also confront a stark reality. Our planet is in peril. The very technological progress that has lifted so many out of poverty and improved the quality of life for billions has also strained our natural resources and pushed our environment to the brink. The challenge before us is clear. We need a broader, more inclusive vision of innovation, one that brings together science and technology, but also policy, business, and the power of our communities. For those who may not be aware, WIPO Green is an initiative launched by the World Intellectual Property Organization just over a decade ago. It connects providers of green technologies with those seeking innovative solutions. And since its inception, WIPO Green has been a trusted technology partner, offering a matchmaking platform where innovators and companies can collaborate, share resources, and bring cutting-edge green technologies to market. WIPO Green's database includes 130,000 green technologies and solutions, from renewable energy systems to water purification technologies. Many of these technologies are ready to be deployed around the world. And by the way, 177 of Huawei's technologies are also included in WIPO Green's database. So WIPO Green is a powerful tool that facilitates the transfer of knowledge and technology, especially to developing countries that are on the front lines of climate change and that lack access to the innovations that can help them adapt and thrive. Consider this. Through WIPO Green, a company in Germany is collaborating with farmers in Chile, protecting fruits from extreme weather events due to climate change. And in China, our project deployed a composting facility in Beijing's Lakeview Hotel to meet local citywide regulations in order to sort and manage food waste. These are just some of many success stories from our acceleration projects in Latin America and Asia that highlight the potential of innovation when combined with the right platforms and partnerships. We also have similar projects like this, where Huawei's expertise will, no doubt, be crucial. We need to reimagine how we produce and consume energy, how we design our cities, how we grow our food, and how we, as businesses and individuals, contribute to a sustainable and equitable future. These are the questions we think about and respond to in our flagship green technology books, which showcase actual technologies available for climate adaptation and mitigation. And this year, our publication will focus on energy systems. And of course, we count on your support to help us promote the book. We have more to do. The urgency of the climate crisis demands that we move beyond incremental change. And to do that, we need to foster a culture of innovation that encourages risk-taking and rewards creativity. We also need to build partnerships across sectors and borders, recognizing that no single country, no single industry can do this alone. And in this journey, the international intellectual property system provides crucial elements of both the innovation ecosystem and technology transfer. WIPO will continue to ensure that intellectual property continues to be relevant for all sectors of society. As we innovate, we do so in a way that is shared, in a way that is open and in a way that is balanced. And we must also ensure that the benefits of a sustainable future are shared by all, not just by the privileged few. This is the challenge of our time. But it is also an opportunity, a chance to redefine what is possible and to leave a legacy of hope for the coming generations. As Huawei continues to innovate, to imagine, and to build a world that is livable and sustainable, WIPO Green stands ready to support as a trusted technology partner. Distinguished participants, I thank you for your attention.
接下来，有请国际许可贸易工作者协会主席索尼娅·伦敦为论坛发表主题演讲。伦敦女士将为大家分享开放的知识产权体系对创新的重要作用。Next, let's welcome Sonia London, President of Licensing Executive Society International, to give a keynote remark. Ms. London will share her take on the significant role that the IP system plays in the openness of innovation. Ms. London.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues from Huawei. It is a great honor to be here today to discuss a topic that is at the heart of our work, unleashing the power of openness through intellectual property. Intellectual property system was created not to restrict knowledge, but to enable the openness of innovation. Imagine a world where the results of research and development were kept secret, guarded behind closed doors. Without the framework of intellectual property, innovators would have little incentive to share their ideas, and the fear of losing competitive advantage would lead to secrecy. This secrecy would suppress innovation, slow down progress, and limit a variety of products in the market. Companies would spend valuable resources reinventing the wheel instead of building upon each other's advancements. The result would be stagnant market, lacking diversity and dynamism that consumers expect today. However, the very essence of intellectual property protection is to encourage the opposite of secrecy: openness and sharing of innovation. By granting inventors and creators exclusive rights for a limited time, intellectual property laws provide a powerful incentive to share their work with the public. In return for disclosing their innovations, inventors gain the opportunity to be rewarded financially and to have their contributions recognized. Very straightforward example is the pharmaceutical industry, where the development of a new drug can take years and cost billions. Intellectual property protection provides the necessary incentives for companies to invest in such a risky and expensive R&D endeavors. Once a patent is granted, other researchers can build upon it, upon the foundational knowledge, enabling further innovations that can lead to new treatments and cures. This cycle of innovation would be impossible without the protection and rewards that the IP system offers. Another example, closer to us today and closer to Huawei also, is standardization, which plays a crucial role in the IP ecosystem. It builds on top of the innovation system, creating a framework that allows different innovators to work together in creation of technical standards benefiting societies and countries around the world. For instance, the development of common standards in telecommunications has enabled different devices and technologies to interoperate. leading to the creation of global communication network. As we know, this global communication network is enabler of entire industries, creating wealth and growth around the world. Standardization not only ensures that innovation is open and accessible, but also rewards those who contribute their inventions to standards. This way, innovators can benefit from licensing their patented technologies to others who wish to use them, promoting collaborative environment where all parties can thrive. Intellectual property also plays a significant role in technology licensing, enabling openness and the creation of ecosystems. When companies license their IP, they are effectively sharing their innovation with partners, creating an environment where different players can contribute to a larger interconnected system. This openness accelerates innovation by allowing multiple parties to build on each other's work, leading to development of comprehensive solutions that no single entity could achieve alone. This brings us to the virtuous cycle of innovation. Intellectual property protection encourages the creation of new IP, which is then protected and shared through licensing, allowing others to build on it. This not only rewards the original innovators, but also generates revenue that can be reinvested into new research and development. This cycle of creation, protection, sharing, and rewarding fuels continuous innovation and progress for the benefit of the society. Every engineer, researcher, and professional in R&D plays a critical role in this cycle. By contributing their knowledge and expertise, they are not only advancing their own work, but also building a foundation upon which others can innovate. The cumulative effort of individuals across different fields and industries is what drives the engine of innovation forward. Finally, as the president of Licensing Executive Society International, I want to emphasize that we are the global non-profit community for professionals and companies commercializing intellectual assets across industries. We connect people, local to global, industries and expertise, creativity and innovation. We create opportunities. I encourage all of you to engage with LES China and also join our international activities and events. By working together, we can continue to foster an environment that unleashes the power of openness and drives innovation for the benefit of the society. Thank you, Huawei. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to our continued collaboration. Thank you.
谢谢伦敦女士。现在我们有请中国专利保护协会副会长兼秘书长雷晓云进行主题演讲。雷女士将为我们分享对本次论坛主题的理解和认识。Thank you, Ms. London. Now we welcome Lei Xiaoyun, Vice President and the Secretary General of China Intellectual Property Protection Association. Ms. Lei will share her view regarding the theme of this event and Huawei's approach to IP management.
Distinguished guests, good morning. It's very honored to have this opportunity to attend the 2024 Innovation and Intellectual Property Forum. Since 2019, this forum has held 4 successful sessions, and it has become a very important platform for Huawei to promote its IP principles, cultivate an open, innovative ecosystem, and promote industry-wide communication and collaboration. On behalf of the Patent Protection Association of China, I'd like to extend my warm congratulations on the opening of this forum. I also would like to express my gratitude to Huawei for your continued support. Today, the theme is Unleash the Power of Openness. And we see representatives from international organizations, trade media outlets, industry experts, and practitioners, as they will share their insights into open innovation and IP. They will talk about the ideas related to this theme and also the related approach. And I would like to share with you my 3 points regarding these topics. First, openness is the foundation of innovation. Science and technology have no borders and are an inseparable part of the modern world. No country is able to become a siloed innovation center nor exclusively enjoy the benefits of innovation. No leading company can pursue innovation or R&D completely on their own or exclusively enjoy the benefits. The Chinese government attaches great importance to the international scientific and technological collaboration. We're becoming more open and proactively integrating into the global scientific and technological innovation networks. We're joining other countries in addressing key challenges facing humanity and bringing the benefit of innovation to more countries and people. From January to May this year, China's total trade volume of IP royalties was 180 billion yuan, a 14.1% year-on-year growth, among which export volume increased by 17.7% year-on-year, which is 4.7 percentage points higher than the growth rate of imports. And we see that more and more Chinese homegrown IPs are being applied worldwide. Second, IP provides institutional guarantees for open innovation. IP embodies innovation and is key to enabling open innovation and communication about technology. Last October, the Special Action Plan for Patent Commercialization and Utilization issued by China's General Office of the State Council stated that we should make full use of intellectual property in institutional and technology supply and use patents to defend legitimate rights and interests and share information. This highlights the 2 basic functions of the patent system, namely protecting rights and interests and sharing information. The patent system protects the legitimate rights and interests of parties engaged in open innovation by defining property rights and boundaries. And in this way, we're able to see that patents contain a wide range of technical, legal, and market information. Patent navigation is able to enable alignment between industries, academia, and research institutions. This will allow patents to be integrated into the innovation chain, industry value chain, capital chain, and talent chain, facilitating open collaboration and innovation. Third, set reasonable IP rules. President Xi Jinping emphasized the need for fair and reasonable IP protection. This means protecting IP while preventing excessive expansion of individual and enterprise rights. The purpose is to safeguard public interests and encourage innovation. IP rights are monopoly rights over innovations, but they are not absolute rights with no boundaries. We respect intellectual property in different countries, but oppose unreasonable licensing fees. We will continue to actively participate in global technology and IP governance, and promote the development of open, inclusive, and balanced international IP rules. The Patent Protection Association of China is a national IP association with extensive connections and diversified services. It has nearly 1,000 member companies and has established strong partnerships with many innovators, providing support for industry collaboration and open innovation. Recently, we led a patent industrialization program for 1,000 companies along around 100 value chains. This program focuses on strengthening IP protection, improving IP utilization, and enabling industry value chains to streamline different factors and resources to promote integrated development. In addition, we also provide platforms for international IP exchange and collaboration for Chinese industries. As a permanent observer of WIPO, we aim to make the voices of China's innovators heard by more people. We host conferences between China's industries and the heads of IP5. We also arrange for industry representatives to attend international exchanges such as IP5 conferences about trademarks and appearance designs. We're committed to working with industries in China to promote open innovation and IP collaboration. As a global leader in ICT, Huawei attaches great importance to R&D, innovation, and IP protection. Your openness, confidence, and respect for innovation have won recognition from international peers. Ladies and gentlemen, China will only become more and more open. I look forward to your insightful speeches and discussions. The Patent Protection Association of China stands ready to strengthen collaboration with Huawei and all sectors to promote open innovation. Together, let's work to make sure people in all countries benefit from innovation through balanced and effective IP governance. Last but not least, I wish this forum a great success. Thank you very much.
谢谢雷女士。现在有请中国知识产权报社副社长曾燕妮进行主题演讲。曾女士将以媒体人的视角和大家分享她所理解的开放创新和知识产权理念。Next, we welcome Zeng Yanni, Deputy President of China Intellectual Property News, and she will share with us her understanding of open innovation and IP from media perspective.
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm very happy to be invited to Huawei's Innovation and Intellectual Property Forum. I'm from China Intellectual Property News. In the past 35 years, our agency, together with China's IP system, have grown, and we are the witnesses to such growth. We also see the continuous growth and evolution of the related ecosystem, and we have also been thinking about what a healthy ecosystem should look like. This is the theme of the forum, and just now, Dr. Song, Sonia, Kwakwa, and Ms. Lei talked about the related answers. As a healthy, innovative ecosystem includes openness, collaboration, and shared success. 2 weeks ago, I went to Shou County in Anhui Province, which is a very ancient battlefield with a complete segment of the ancient walls with over 3,000 years of age. And it has the water systems that was able to help to navigate the water inside the city to outside the city. And during a recent flooding season, thanks to this very ancient water system, we were able to see that this Great Wall was like a Noah's Ark, as it was able to protect the city to navigate the water out of it. And how did it come of use? It could be some siphoning effect, but people were reluctant to break it down to find out the reason, because once we broke it down, we might not be able to recover it. So I was thinking that why the wisdom and the skills of the ancient people were not able to be passed on to today. And I think the first keyword to answer this question is openness. And we need to find a way to make sure that such skills and knowledge are able to pass on to the future generations. And we center around the hot topics in the industry as we published a range of in-depth reports. And we understand that advocating an open, innovative culture, encouraging innovators to share their experiences to form an innovative ecosystem is the only way for us to foster the circulation and connection of innovation elements, so that there can be a healthy supply and demand. And this is the first keyword that I would like to share with you. Again, openness. And the second keyword that I would like to share with you is collaboration. I don't know if you have used a robot for cooking dinner. And recently, I obtained such a cooking robot. You know, cooking Chinese dinner is like a scientific experiment. It wouldn't tell you the specific portions of each ingredient. And I am the only one in my family that is able to complete a successful cooking experiment. But now with this cooking robot, my husband is able to contribute as well. And my 10-year-old daughter said that she wants to become a cook when she grows up. And if I use this cooking robot as an example, and I did query on the National IP Bureau's website, there are over 10 IP-related codes allocated to this robot. And I would like to say that this is actually my 5th cooking robot in the past 12 years, as I have been a very proactive participant in this robot's development. As you can see, there is no single country or sector that is able to complete innovation. It requires the entire industry to collaborate. And from a bigger perspective, I think I am also a very important part of this innovation chain, as everyone is an important participant. We see the innovation entities, the service industry, the education industry, and also its collaboration with the general public, among which intellectual property is like the one that connects all the dots. For a healthy, innovative ecosystem, collaboration is the inevitable approach. And the third keyword I would like to share with you is shared success. Shared success is the ultimate goal of openness and collaboration. Our reports show that in this era of open innovation, collaboration backed by IP systems enables shared success for all stakeholders along the value chain. And this will also in turn promote the technological advances, as people from different countries can enjoy the benefits in a more convenient way. And I think my husband and my daughter also enjoy the new opportunities they have at home thanks to this cooking robot. Therefore, openness, collaboration, and shared success, which are the property, the means, and the ultimate goal of a healthy, innovative ecosystem. And we hope that more and more players can build on top of this intellectual property to establish a diversified ecosystem of openness and collaboration to build a prosperous ecosystem. And as a trade media outlet on intellectual property, China Intellectual Property News may be the only official news outlet in this domain, and we hope that we can play our role in media communication, influence, and credibility to tell Chinese stories of intellectual property in this era of open innovation. Thank you very much.
谢谢曾副社长的分享。接下来有请茶思科技网站总编辑张群英为大家带来主题发言。茶思科技网站是一个开放的学术交流平台，其愿景是能够开启中国科研和技术开放交流的新模式。Now let's welcome Ms. Zhang Chunying, Chief Editor of CharlesBook, to give her keynote. CharlesBook is a global platform for scientific and technological exchanges and innovation.
And on my way to this stage, I was talking to Mr. Liu Fan that I need to stand on a higher ground so that everyone is able to see me. Hello, everyone. I'm the chief editor from CharlesBook.com. And I think just now, the speaker is like a great testament to what I am gonna talk about for today. Since our establishment, this is the first time for us, the CharlesBook.com, to make our official presence And I would like to share with you that on the first day of the establishment, we have this vision as we aim to build an ecosystem for thriving science and technology. In the past 2 years of time, we have been working towards the goal. And looking ahead into the future, we also aim to make sure that we can achieve this vision. And what do we do in this journey? What are we gonna do in the future? So in the next few minutes, I would like to try to answer those questions one by one. We know that foundation models are profoundly changing our world. And for this gentleman depicted on this picture here, I think you are all quite familiar with, who is Ilya Sutskever, father of ChatGPT, who was born in 1985. He has a list for the top 30 favorite papers as he recommends to practitioners, and 4 of them are related to Andrei Kolmogorov. And who is this? He was born in 1903, a Russian mathematician, and also the creator of the arithmetic information theory. Khitan, the inventor of Khitan constant, said that this theory is like the result of shaking Shannon's information theory and Turing's computability in a cocktail glass. Ilya and Andrei's story prove to us this ancient truth, that is, the exchange of ideas that are cross-space, cross-discipline, cross-time and space are the driving forces for the continuous innovation and breakthroughs. As Ms. Zhou mentioned, collaboration, openness have the goal of promoting exchanges of ideas and therefore promote innovation. And just now you saw some warm-up videos from Charles Park, and we think that a cross-knowledge, cross-discipline platform is able to provide a path for the further development of science and technology. And again, such cross-space, cross-discipline, and cross-regional exchanges is the important force for mankind to keep moving forward. And Charles Park has this original intention to build a scientific research and academic exchange platform so that everybody is able to exchange their ideas from different parts of the world in different sectors. On this platform, we hope that on the one hand, more young people can quickly and efficiently absorb the ideas from giants like Andrei and Ilya. And as Ms. Zhou mentioned, why is the ancient knowledge unable to be passed on from generations till today? Well, we hope that this Charlesbar platform can help to make sure that such knowledge stays within our civilization. And we also hope that this platform can provide some reference for scientific research. We hope that this platform pulls together the global wisdom so that it can provide more reference for the industry. We must go to wherever our heart desires. In the spring of 2022, CharlesPark.com was born with such dream and passion. We hope that with our efforts, this platform will open up a new model of exchanges on scientific research and technology, so that Ms. Zheng's cooking robot is able to become more awesome in the future. Speaking of the positioning of our website, it is a global, comprehensive scientific and technological information platform. It set sail in 2022. Until now, we have created columns such as paper interpretation, challenges published, innovation insight, live stream of top global conferences, and scientific and technological competition release, providing reference for academic theoretical research. At Huawei, we often say that stars won't ask why we travel at night. 2 years later, in the spring of 2024, we released CharSpark patent, which provides free services for global researchers and enabled the free query of nearly 190 million entries of patent data, marking the era of CharSpark 2.0. We hope that in the next 3 years, we can do more so that we can bring more comprehensive and professional intelligent academic services to this platform. But we do not blindly seek completion or perfection. Instead, we have strategic patience that after 1 or 2 decades of development, this technological platform will be of great benefits to the entire society. Although CharSpark.com is positioned as a platform for scientific research and academic exchanges, the content will not be that general, as it will focus on the ICT sector. Currently, we cover 16 areas, and I believe that with the advances of technology and science, the number of areas will continue to grow. And currently, we cover wireless, optical, semiconductor, software, etc. These engineering topics, as well as math, physics, and chemistry-related basic theories. Till now, on our website, for these 16 areas, we have released 10,000 academic papers and industry insights. And we have also presented over 8,000 global science and technology conferences. And we also released over 500 industrial challenges. And where did that content come from? Well, first, we tried to gather the public academic information from across the world. And second, we worked with our academic partners. For example, in the future, we can work with Ms. Zheng, and we hope that your news outlet can join our CharSpark.com. And we also have experts, scholars, practitioners that post their ideas on this platform. CharSpark will also create our own content, and we have already been doing so. And I would like to share with you 2 cases. First, CharSpark was the first platform to deliver the technical analysis on ChatGPT in China. At that time, we invited Liu Qun, Huawei's chief semantic scientist, who provided a very detailed technical analysis on ChatGPT for 1 hour. That was done a long time ago, and a total of 113,000 people viewed this lecture online. Another case that I would like to share with you is that we collaborated with Professor Fan Genghua from Fuzhou University, as he helped to launch the graph theory master classes with a total of 5 outstanding graph theory scholars in different universities in China. And again, it was a 5-series graph theory class. It is a very dedicated topic, yet over 50,000 people viewed the live stream. And this makes us understand that such outstanding content is definite to draw more attention, and we welcome you to find out more information on this website. Looking back from 0 to 1, our CharSpark.com made some achievements, but we believe that the grand future awaits us to keep pressing ahead. So next, I would like to share with you our targets for the next 3 years. From these 2 circles on the slide, you can see that we will continue to upgrade our content. As we are currently upgrading CharSpark 2.0, apart from CharSpark patent, we will also launch CharSpark open source, competition problems, CharSpark math, and other different columns, as we hope to create an academic platform with more and more energy. You can see the data shown on the slide, which shows what we're gonna do in the future, the targets. And we hope that with those figures and data, they will become milestones for our journey ahead. It seems like an uphill journey, and indeed, it is not easy, as we know that the road ahead will not be covered with flowers. However, we believe that when we walk together, we can reach the final destination. And that is why we invite, encourage, and expect global scholars, experts, technology practitioners to come to chesspark.com to exchange ideas on this platform so that together we can build a platform with the in-depth exchanges of ideas on science and technology. Exploration begins with sharing wisdom. This is the original intention. And every time with some little sharing, such little bits of starlight will eventually create amazing energy. Gathering global scientific research wisdom, we can help science and technology flourish, which again is the original intention of CHASSPARK and also our grand ideals. With that, thank you very much.
接下来我会有请
And next, I would like to invite the witness on this journey and one of our greatest partners, and also one of our content creators, Professor Liu Fan from Southern University of Science and Technology, to give his speech and story.
Very inspiring sharing. Let's welcome Professor Liu Fan from Southern University of Science and Technology to give his keynote speech.
Dear guests, friends, good morning. I'm Liu Fan from Southern University of Science and Technology, and I'm honored to share my experience using CHASSPARK and working with Huawei and CHASSPARK. I started working with Huawei in 2021. I had just returned to China to join Southern University of Science and Technology. Huawei colleagues asked me to work with them on integrated sensing and communication research. In May, we founded the IEEE ComSoc ISAC ETI, and I was the first academic chair. After 3 years, the committee is now one of the world's largest organizations for research and academic exchange on integrated sensing and communication. In 2023, Huawei academia and industry colleagues made integrated sensing and communication a key part of the ITU 6G vision. This achievement is a big step forward for our research and shows how open Huawei is to science and technology. In 2022, Huawei built CHASSPARK, a top academic exchange platform. It connects and attracts top talent from around the world to promote science and technology. I met Ms. Zhang Qunying, the editor-in-chief of the website, and became one of the first users of the platform. CHASSPARK provides academic resources and exchange opportunities. This platform gives me easy access to academic papers and technical reports. The paper analysis and patent search functions help me understand new technologies and the latest advances. Integrating resources makes my research more efficient and helps me find valuable information faster. IEEE ISAC ETI and CHASSPARK have signed a cooperation agreement. The paper and video will be posted on the CHASSPARK website. This helps us share our research results at Huawei. I use CHASSPARK a lot. I have published my latest research results and talked with experts. The platform's academic lectures and technical exchanges are high quality and beneficial. We have organized several events together, including the first Wi-Fi sensing contest in 2022, the IEEE SPS ComSoc ISAC Summer School in 2023, and the Sensing Dataset Platform in 2024. CHASSPARK challenged proposal module is challenging and inspiring. This platform lets me solve complex technical problems. It also lets me use research results to solve real-world problems. I have worked with Huawei on 3 research projects in ISAC covering information theory bounds, signal processing, and waveform design. Huawei colleagues gave me engineering problems, and we made them academic problems. These opportunities helped our team and me grow. Huawei invests a lot in basic research. Charles Park is a great example. It is a rich source of academic resources and platform for innovation and collaboration. This platform helped me improve my skills and meet research partners. Charles Park will have a big impact on the global academic community and push science and technology to new heights. The Charles Park website will bring about a brighter future for scientific research and a new connected world for humanity. Thank you all.
现在我们有请华为云知识产权法务总监程顺进行主题发言。程顺是专利信息服务提供平台查思专利背后的使能者。有请程先上台。Now let's welcome 程顺, Legal Director of Intellectual Property at Huawei Cloud.
Dear guests, friends, good morning. It's my pleasure to introduce Charles Park patent to you. There are more than 190 million patents from around the world. They show the latest, most complete, and most valuable technological innovations from businesses and individuals in various fields. Reading the latest patents help you understand the industry's technical roadmap. Many technical experts at Huawei have been inspired by reading patents and have shared their ideas through patent applications. We hope to provide a platform for the public to explore the value of patent documents, unleashing the power of patents. To this end, we launched a free patent information service platform called Charles Park Patent on Charles Park. Charles Park, Huawei Cloud, and PatSnap launched the Charles Park Patent Service on June 20. It is free. Charles Park Patent includes over 190 million patent documents from 170 countries for searching, reading, and downloading. You can access it on your PC or phone. On PC, go to charlespark.com. On phone, use the Charles Park app or access it via the Charles Park WeChat account. You can also scan the QR code. We have also set up a shortcut for Charles Park Patent on mobile. To create a shortcut, users can long press the Charles Park app and drag the Charles Park Patent icon to their desktop. Charles Park is a patent information service for scientists. It is simple and easy to use. The goal is to make searching and reading patents easier. You can search by applicant, document number, and technical terms. So we support this a hybrid search. For example, here we search for Huawei and autonomous driving. We'll show you Huawei's autonomous driving patents first. Researchers don't need to learn search terms. After searching, you can filter by applicant, inventor, or publication date to view the latest technologies of your interest. The user-entered keywords are highlighted, and a dual view is enabled by default. The content is displayed on the left side, and the basic information, images, and claims of the patent are displayed on the right. The dual view scrolls independently to facilitate comparison of viewing. We provide users with patent texts in their native language. And for example, if you're in English environment, this patent will be shown in English. Also, we provide the users with the ability to rotate drawings independently, and precise drawings can be enlarged for viewing purposes. The CharlesPop patent has been public for 3 months and has had over 700,000 visits, and the number is increasing. We plan to use AI to explore the value of patent documents. For example, you can use AI to search for patents. Just enter text such as paper, a patent, or even a slide, and you can search for patents. You don't need to create search terms. AI-generated abstracts help you understand patents and improve your reading efficiency. We will work with our partners to continue to invest in CharlesPop patent to provide better service to our users. Thank you.
关于查思专利的介绍，现在我们有请华为开源战略专家车文健先生就华为公司在开源领域的全球贡献进行主题发言。Thank you, Ms. Chen. Now let's welcome Ms. Brian Chu, Huawei's open source strategy expert, to share the company's collaboration practices with open source communities worldwide.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to share this time with you all. A lot of people often ask, why would you give away everything in open source? What is the motivation for giving away your software's source code, the intellectual property around it? How in the world can you possibly make money? What possible value can you get from sharing all this intellectual property with the world? So I'd like to share with you a little bit today some insights in terms of why do we at Huawei believe that open source is critical in terms of not only sharing innovation, but also driving forward progress for ourselves as well as for everybody else. So the first thing that I'd like to take a look at is when we think about what is the value that is actually created from open source and from providing all this technology for the world to share, we are actually able to multiply the value of the technologies that we create by a significant amount. There was a recent Harvard Business School research that just came out, which analyzed amongst the most popular open source projects in the world, what is the demand side value that is generated by creating and open sourcing all these different technologies. And they calculated that this has created $8.8 trillion of value. Just to put that number in perspective, this is about half the GDP of all of China in 2023. So a massive amount of value created by open sourcing and giving away this technology for the world to share. But just because we create value, it doesn't mean that those who actually share the technology can get value themselves. So what is the motivation and incentive for those who participate in open source to want to actually give away this technology and to share it with the world as well? Well, in the same Harvard study, one of the things that they found was that if firms were to go ahead and try to create for themselves everything that they are able to derive from open source and from using it and from participating in it, they would have to spend 3.5 times as much on their R&D and development as they get from participating in open source. Now, Huawei is one of the most innovative companies in the world. We've heard a lot about patents and how much we invest, but Huawei, we spend more than 20% of our revenue onto R&D. We have 140,000 patents and more. We have all sorts of different standards and other organizations that we participate in. However, even with all the innovation and with all that we invest from an R&D standpoint, we cannot achieve as much value alone as we can get together with everyone else by participating in open source. So given that open source is so valuable for everyone, as well as for us as a company, I'd like to share with you a little bit now, just in terms of what are some of the things that we do to participate in open source. First off, Huawei is one of the largest participants in the overall open source global community. There are quite a number of different significant open source organizations, open source foundations, and Huawei is a major participant and sponsor across all these global open source organizations. We don't just participate, we take an active leadership role across these different organizations. We have more than 10 different strategic board seats across these. We hold more than 260 technical leadership positions across these different open source foundations. We also actively contribute in participating in the contribution of source code, which is the hallmark of open source. Across many of the global leading open source foundations and open source projects, Huawei always ranks amongst the top, oftentimes the #1 contributor to the overall open source code in these different projects. For example, in the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, CNCF, the world's largest open source foundation with cloud technologies, Huawei is the #1 contributor from Asia. We are one of the top contributors to the Linux kernel, one of the most important open source projects in the world. And we also participate in leading how open source and standards come together. Huawei not only participates in open source, we actively lead in contributing brand new open source projects ourselves into the global community. This is just a small picture highlighting some of the different open source projects that Huawei has created and donated out to the community. There's 4 areas that I just want to take a quick moment to highlight for you all. The first one is our Open Harmony operating system. This is a distributed IoT operating system that is the heart of all of our devices and our consumer business ecosystem. Since open sourcing and contributing it, this has become the #1 open source project in China. Another open source project that we have contributed is our MindSpore AI framework. Everyone is talking about AI these days, but in order to be able to really build and share AI with everyone, we need to have fundamental technologies that everyone can build on. Our MindSpore AI framework is open source so that everyone can use the power of MindSpore to go ahead and start to train their own language models and other AI capabilities. We have our Open Euler Linux distribution. This has become the most popular Linux distribution across China because we have opened it up for everyone to participate in and everyone to share in. And as I mentioned before, we have contributed quite a number of different cloud open source projects, and these are all leading a lot of different innovations, everything from how do we bring cloud to the edge, all the way to how do we deal with the heart of cloud computing technologies, which is powering everything that we do. I'd like to drill down now into that first example I mentioned at the very beginning, Open Harmony, and take you through a journey in terms of how does Huawei start to build an overall ecosystem as we take a look at what we're trying to do with this Open Harmony project. Now, to start off with, at Huawei, we have a commercial business built around our Harmony OS and our commercial devices. And this is focused on bringing all of our devices to be able to cooperate together across a number of different scenarios. Everything from the smart office to how do we deal with travel to how do we deal with devices all working together in our homes. It's very important that all of these Huawei devices work together, but we also want these devices to work in a much broader ecosystem, both with Huawei devices as well as with non-Huawei devices. So the way that we are setting out to create this very large ecosystem for everyone is that we have open sourced the source code for this into a project called Open Harmony that we have placed with the Open Atom Foundation here in China. Since open sourcing this several years ago, Open Harmony has become by far the biggest and most popular open source project in China, according to Giddy's Community Index. We started with just 7 million lines of code when we open sourced this 4 years ago. It has now grown to over 110 million lines of code. We started with just a few developers from Huawei. Now we have over 6,700 developers all participating in this open source project. 10 organizations are actively contributing with more than 100 developers each across these different companies. And so you can see, because of this rapid innovation and participation from the whole ecosystem, we are able to bring the benefits of Open Harmony beyond Huawei devices and really start to touch every single device ecosystem across all of China. But our ambition for our devices go beyond just the China market, and we want to use open source in order to bring all these capabilities to the entire world as well. So another thing that we have done is we have started to build the industry's first multi-open source foundation cooperation around a single open source community and project. The Open Atom Foundation in China has signed a strategic partnership agreement with the Eclipse Foundation, Europe's leading open source foundation, one of the top global open source foundations in the world, to cooperate together around this open harmony ecosystem. At the Eclipse Foundation, they have created the international version of this project under the brand name Oniro. And through this partnership, they guarantee compatibility with the Open Harmony ecosystem, but make it easier for overseas and international companies to participate in this project because they can start to join a local international organization based out of Europe, but still cooperate with the China ecosystem. As a result of this, we are able to bring the Open Harmony ecosystem into the entire world and through many, many different organizations, all to work together and to cooperate together. And through this example, you can see that open source is very much key to our vision and our mission at Huawei. Our ambition at Huawei is to bring digital to every person, home, and organization for a fully connected, intelligent world. But if we really want to bring digital to every single person across the entire world, we need to be able to touch people that otherwise may never have a chance to use a Huawei product. Open source is one of the best ways and key to our ability to really bring this vision to be able to touch every single person and bring the benefits of all that we're doing to share with everybody. Thank you very much.
多年来，华为坚持推动全球标准的开放、共建、共享。现在，我们有请华为标准化部部长游访进行主题发言，分享华为如何在全球标准组织持续贡献，以促成连接、媒体、终端、计算等产业的技术升级。Now, let's welcome You Fang, Head of Standardization Department Huawei, to share how the company collaborates with standards organizations worldwide. Please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Standards are the common language of the world, and standardization plays a very important role in promoting scientific and technological innovation and facilitating international trade. Huawei attaches great importance to standardization, as we have always adhered to the concept of openness, collaboration, and shared success. Through standardization, we have accelerated ecosystem development and promoted industrial prosperity. By the end of 2023, Huawei participated in nearly 800 industry and standards organizations and held over 450 key positions. Among them, in 3GPP, ATI, IEEE, IETF, and CCSA, Huawei has served either as a board member or an executive committee member. In 2023, Huawei submitted over 12,000 standard contributions, and a total of over 130,000 standard contributions were submitted over the years. Huawei is committed to promoting the openness and collaboration on global standards and actively contributes to global software and hardware standards of ICT infrastructure, smart devices, smart driving, and digital power. Huawei is one of the core contributors to 3GPP as we work with customers and partners to promote standardization in innovative value scenarios. In June this year, Huawei, as an active contributor to 5G-A, has seen that R18, the first version of 5G-A, is frozen, and that marks 2024, the first year of 5G-A commercial use. Huawei also actively participates in the R19 standard initiation and is exploring with other players a wider range of application scenarios. In IEC, Huawei actively contributes to the new energy grid forming standards and promotes industrial technological transformation. In ITU, Huawei advocates the efficient use of global spectrum for international mobile communications. We also share with the industry about AI for good practices. In ISO IEC JCT1, Huawei actively contributes to the JPEG AI image codec standard and participates in the JPEG Trust standard to help develop trustworthy and traceable AIGC multimedia. Huawei has contributed to multiple network technologies and proposals in different organizations. In ETSI, we drive the consensus among the optical and IP network industries, actively promoting the development of ADNL for innovative technologies and standards. In IEEE, Huawei contributes network standards such as 400G, 800G, Wi-Fi, TSN, etc., promoting the innovation, application, and upgrade of network technologies. Next, I would like to share with you Huawei's practices in helping organizations to create, build, and share. And I will use one example, namely the GIO Roundtable. In 2018, at the initiative of Huawei, multiple industry organizations jointly launched the GIO Roundtable. Huawei aims to leverage GIO so that the different industry organizations can share with each other their digital transformation practices, therefore removing the industry barriers between different organizations and promoting the cross-domain and cross-technology information sharing and collaboration, finally accelerating digital transformation. By far, GIO has held 13 roundtable sessions with over 70 participating organizations. We set up 4 working groups, including smart manufacturing and digital health, and held over 30 workshops. And we discussed hot topics like the industrial internet, smart manufacturing, digital health, data circulation, ICT-enabled green development, and AI-enabled industry digital transformation. We also released Industry Digital Architecture and Industry Digital Platform Ecosystem white papers to promote digital and intelligent transformation references for different industries. From 2018 to 2024, the GIO Roundtable transformed from establishing vision and gathering ideas to coordinated development and value creation, and we hope that GIO will serve as a global and multilateral platform for dialogue, communication, and collaboration among industry organizations, and will continue to promote the close collaboration among ICT, IT, and AI technologies. In the next 1 or 2 decades, mankind will accelerate its journey towards a fully connected, intelligent world. Huawei will continue to help maintaining the unity of global standards, promoting the consensus on international standards. Let's unleash the power of openness. Thank you very much.
谢谢游访。现在有请华为副总裁、知识产权部部长樊志勇进行主题发言，分享华为公司如何绽放专利开放的力量。Now let's welcome Mr. Alan Fan, Head of Intellectual Property Rights at Huawei, to elaborate on today's theme, Unleashing the Power of Openness. Please.
Distinguished guests, good morning. In our ICT sector, Openness and sharing technology is the lifeblood, as open technical standards enable interoperability between products from different vendors, promote global trade, and give consumers access to quality and affordable products. Open source code reduces the development and maintenance costs of general-purpose software and promotes collaboration between companies. Widespread use also helps open source code meet the highest standards for quality and security. Patents give every inventor the opportunity to stand on the shoulder of giants. Every day, thousands of patents are published worldwide. They are the result of human wisdom and the record of our civilization. At Huawei, we open up our technology in different ways, namely standards, open source code, and patents. In 2023, we published over 30,000 new patents, a record high in our history. We translated and published those patents in 37 languages to better protect and promote them. By the end of 2023, we published over 336,000 patents, submitted over 130,000 technical contributions to standards organizations, and published over 6,000 academic papers. In the Open Harmony community, over 6,700 contributors, including those from Huawei and our partners, have submitted over 110 million lines of source code. Together with our partners, peers, we have made significant progress in shared standards and open source platforms, including 3GPP, IEEE, ITU, ETSI, IEC, Open Atom, Linux Foundation, Eclipse Foundation, and the Git code repo. In June this year, 3GPP launched Release 18, the first version for 5G Advanced Technology Standard. 5G-A will bring a 10 Gbps experience to consumers. By the end of the year, IEEE plans to release the Wi-Fi 7 standard. And this standard is poised to bring an unprecedented immersive experience to consumers with higher speed and controllable latency. The Open Atom Foundation released the beta version of Open Harmony 5.0. Harmony OS has been deployed on over 900 million devices. IP licensing plays an important role in promoting openness in technology. As consumers are able to enjoy the products with more affordable prices, and the vendors are able to purchase the license to support contribution, and the inventors are rewarded in this way so that they can further create more inventions. Over the past year, Huawei signed over 40 patent license agreements with leading companies like Xiaomi, Amazon, Vivo, Sharp, and Ericsson. They either signed new or renewed their agreements with Huawei. Our licensees include 22 Fortune Global 500 companies. Together with other standard contributors, we also support the patent license programs by specialized platforms. Our licensing partner, Avanci, has signed 29 5G vehicle license agreements, and the Cisco patent pool has signed 23 Wi-Fi 6 license agreements. These organizations help licensees assess the value of patents, providing them with a one-stop shop for licenses from different standards contributions. And platforms like those have helped to reduce the cost and driving the further development of standards. Most of our IP license agreements are signed through negotiation. Here, I would like to thank our licensees for their recognition of Huawei's innovation. Meanwhile, legal and administrative proceedings are guardians of innovation, and professional mediation agencies also play an important role in facilitating license deals. We're happy to see that China's IP administrative mediation and protection procedures have grown increasingly mature, providing an important alternative to legal protection and help maximize the value of IP. Courts across China and Europe have ruled in Huawei's favor for a number of our important patents. The value of Huawei's IP has received recognition from licensees and IP protection agencies, which is a testament to our open approach. Huawei is a major contributor to open technology. We also benefit from these technologies by implementing technical standards and using open source software. In addition to this, we also play a third role as we help users make full use of open technologies through Huawei Cloud and the CharSpark.com website. The university students of today will become the backbone of our industry in the next 2 to 3 decades. With the CharSpark.com website and its patent search service, university students, professors, along with startups, are able to get the most up-to-date information on global technology for free. We also support our partners with a wide range of professional tools on Huawei Cloud. Together, we can help science and technology thrive. Today, we are very honored to be joined by several top experts from the field of information services. And very soon, they will share with us their incredible insights. Thank you.
这位先生，我们期待听到更多关于如何促进专利和科技信息在全球科技工作者群体中应用的讨论。这也是正是刚才樊总提到的，接下来半个小时我们小组讨论的话题。Thank you, Alan, for sharing your very inspiring annual report of IPR. We look forward to hearing more on how to better facilitate the use of patent and scientific information for those who work in the field. That is what the upcoming panel is for in the next half an hour. Please welcome Zhu Jing, Vice President of iFlyTech. Marco Richter, Global Head of Customer Success of LexisNexis Intellectual Property Solution. Zhu Yali, General Manager of PetSnap China. And Xiao Yi, Head of Ecosystem Solution Department Huawei Cloud, to come on stage and have a seat. And Alan, the panel is yours.
各位来宾，大家。
Good morning, everyone. Today we're discussing this very meaningful topic. Several months ago, you may have noticed that there's a Google's litigation in the U.S. Then we realized that the EdTech, this technology has a trillion dollar markets. So that business, ad business, is actually helping our consumers to get the information of the commercial goods. So today we're discussing how to help our users to find what they want in the ocean of technical information. So the topic today has both significance socially and economically. So before we kick off, I'd like you to introduce you and your company. Let's start from Zhu Jing. Thank you, Mr. Fan. Good morning, everyone. It's my great honor to participate in this event. I'm Zhu Jing. I'm the Chief Legal Officer of iFlyTech. iFlyTech is a leading AI company in Asia-Pacific region. Marco.
Alan, and thank you, Huawei, for the invitation. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Marco Richter. I'm the Global Head of Customer Success at Intellectual Property Solutions. And with over 15 years of experience in the field of IP, including being the first employee of patent side and sale to LexisNexis, I can proudly say I've been playing a role in how IP data is leveraged around the globe. LexisNexis IP brings clarity to innovation by giving business leaders of the world insights into the complex world of patents at their fingertips. Thank you.
李总，谢谢今天这个机会。
Thank you for your invitation. So during Charles' presentation, Ms. Zhang Chunying talked about Charles' patent as well as contributions from PetSnap, and we're very honored to be part of it. I'm Zhu Yali. I'm the General Manager of PetSnap China. PetSnap is specialized in patent information and R&D intelligence providing. So we use AI technologies to provide our clients with big data analysis and R&D intelligence services, as well as the consulting services. So these are the areas that we are looking forward to work with you. It's my great pleasure to participate in this event today. I'm going to ask Ms. Zheng about the brand of the cooking robot she purchased. Well, my name is Xiao Yi. I'm the Chief Technology Officer for China region Huawei Cloud. And we share our accumulation of technologies with our customers and industry partners. And I have worked for Huawei for more than 20 years, spanning from all IP, all cloud, to all intelligence. I've always been in the forefront of the development of these technologies. Thank you. So on behalf of a general IP practitioner, I want to ask you several questions. I'll start from Ms. Zhu Jing. I know that iFiTech uses AI to help your users better communicate with the computers. iFiTech has great input method. We use your input method a lot. Today we're discussing this very serious topic. But for every practitioner in this industry, we're all familiar with this topic in terms of how to use AI to make technical information more accessible to everyone. This is something that we need to handle well. I remember when I graduated from college, I was quite relieved that I don't need to learn anymore. Let's make money. But when I joined Huawei, I found there's still a lot to learn. So to an engineer, we're facing a great pressure in terms of constant learning of new technologies. So right now, AI brings us a whole new experience. How to use AI to help us catch up with the development of technologies. What's your take on that? Well, Alan graduated from Shanghai Jiaotong University, and I graduated from Fudan University. And I was not like you. When I graduated, I didn't throw away my books. So anyway, well, in the best era, as you know, tech is very important to the society. As you know, ChatGPT and a bunch of other large language models were produced. They help us to get into the fourth wave of artificial intelligence. And we have met unprecedented opportunities of using technologies to enable the society. So in terms of the exchange of tech information, this is extremely important. Let me share with you how our large language models can help with the sharing of tech information. Let me talk about our intelligent voice recognition and translation technology. If you look at ChatGPT's training corpus, 93% of the corpus is in English. 1 out of 1,000 is in Chinese. If you look at MetaLlama, over 80% of its training corpus is in English. So if you want to learn the knowledge from the world, you need multi-language translation. Second, as you know, large language models are very interactive. Therefore, we have come up with the Spark agent. So iFiTech Spark agent can trigger kids to ask more questions. And the Chinese Academy of Science worked with iFi-Tech to come up with the basic foundational model for science research, the efficiency of research and reviewing of papers. We also talk about the CharlesPark, and we have used it. It's a very good tool. We're also developing our patent large language models. It can be used for patent search, patent writing, and patent research. That's all from me. Thank you. I'm very interested in the translation function. Huawei has applied for a lot of patents. Our patents need to be translated to 37 languages, and we relied on manual effort to do the translation. But with your model, we'll be able to disseminate the technologies with lower costs.
I think maybe you are the one I want to know most today on this panel, because Huawei had been working with LexisNexis for over a decade. But what we have been using most had been your legal services. But in recent years, I know LexisNexis had been acquiring a number of companies and expanding its product portfolio into the scientific and IP area. That will include your own company, Patent Site. So why don't you share with us what has been your vision, LexisNexis vision, in this scientific and IP area?
Yeah, thank you, Alan. When we think about how it's really about bringing clarity to innovation, helping bridging the gap between IP and business. And the way we're doing that, it really comes down to three core pillars. Many say that today we live in the era of data, the age of data. And we believe that you can only make data-driven decisions if you have the most accurate and the most comprehensive data available. If you don't get that right, all the insights that you derive are just not what you're looking for. Imagine you're missing out on just 5% of the patents that Huawei filed last year. They may be very significant assets, or 5% of the standard contributions that you've made last year, right? A competitor of Huawei may miss out on some very important developments. And as you think about an IP function like Alan's, and as they report up to the board of directors of Huawei to make recommendations, they need to be able to rely on the most reliable data to make these recommendations. Second, AI is a huge enabler. So we're bringing together a variety of data sets, and it can't be up to the user to try to mingle the data together. So we leverage AI, both generative and extractive AI, to lower the entrance barrier to the complex world of IP analytics. My colleague here mentioned machine translation. So we've also been using, for example, generative AI for machine translations as early as spring 2022. So that's 6-7 months before ChatGPT was launched, in a partnership, in this case, with Microsoft. And number 3, Alan, is powerful visualizations. We believe that you need to have insightful visualizations that transport the complexity of IP and science into a single chart that a chairman can easily understand, and not have you, Alan, take your time to educate them about IP or have them read an entire patent.
Well, that must be very helpful, because I think this is always been a challenge for our IP departments to communicate with the business departments. When I was asked about this question, what is the most challenging thing? I think I always give this answer, and the questioner always say, all the IP has the same answer. So we actually, one thing we have been doing is to make the tool simple enough so that our business people actually use it by themselves. So I'm really looking forward to know more, and we will get back to that. But let me for now let's move on. 朱总，我那个也问问您
So, Mr. Chu, I want to ask you, in terms of our cooperation with PassNap, we have been working with you for many years. We use your patent search system, and also on our Charles Park website, we're working with you. So, as a user, our feeling is that PassNap system can help us obtain the patent that we want to see accurately. So to a patent engineer, this is very important. We don't need those shiny functionalities, but we need the core functionality, which is precisely search for the information that you need. So can you share with us what you have done in this area in order to help your users search for precise patent information? Thank you for your question. For PassNap, we have been working in this area for 17 years, and we're very experienced. And my biggest feeling is that this is a very meaningful job. And we work with Huawei and iFlyTech, and we're working with over 12,000 companies in the world. We're promoting the accessibility of patent information around the world. So today we're discussing unleashing the power of openness.
In the patent domain, it is very easy to be implemented in a comparative setting. It is because that we cover almost 200 million entries of patent data with over 170 countries. That means there is a lot of big data, and also with the support of the regulators, the companies, the quality is the best. That is why it is able to leverage artificial intelligence and the power of foundation models, as well as the affordable computing power. And we do have learned a lot from it that I can share with you. For example, this year, we were the first to complete China's patent big data, and we have been working on the commercialization for several years. And when we look at the patent big data, there is a lot of literature involved. But there are different purposes and missions of such data. It includes legal data, commercial data, specific scenario data. But when it comes to technical data, like technical parameters, these are like scattered in this mountain of data. If we rely on people to find out information from the 200 million entries of data, it's gonna be a huge work. But we leverage big data, AI, foundation models as we try to look for the technical elements, implementations through AI annotation, AI-enabled labels, together with the help from experts. And with that, we're able to build knowledge graphs in different domains. We also help to create knowledge chains, focusing on the industry's development pattern. And it is because of this that we are able to complete in-depth analysis of different domains. Therefore, we are able to cover project initiation, R&D process coordination to patent review, patent assessment, as well as the supply and demand balance during the commercialization. And in this process, we also worked with Charles Park. As we first asked the question that there are so many functions involving so much valuable data, what is the better way so that our researchers, university professors are able to quickly find the data they want? In our first stage of work, we focus on 3 scenarios, namely accuracy, comprehensibility, and ease of use. And by accuracy, we mean that we use AI to do annotation, labeling, so that people's ideas in their mind don't need to go through very strict approaches. Instead, with some fuzzy dialogues, we are able to quickly locate the patterns that the users are interested in. And then we can leverage the knowledge graphs and the abstracts of the related patterns. We can help the users to find out a appropriate roadmap for their technologies. And by ease of use, it's about establishing through SEP or through collaboration that we can establish pattern pools, and we can try to build a complete technology chains development. And I would say technology plays a very important role in this, so that such knowledge can help to unleash the power for our collaboration and shared success. I think using patent, the value goes beyond the business itself, as it can be useful for many different ideas leveraging AI. And finally, I would like to ask Xiaoyi, when we talk about Huawei Cloud, well, it is not that intuitive because Huawei Cloud is usually used as a fundamental technology, as it provides a platform. On top of it, there are multiple professional or industry applications, as we provide partners with many different tools. And it's like Huawei Cloud has always been in the back. Today, I hope that at this stage, you can share with us how we are able to leverage such information with the help of Huawei Cloud. So he said, I would say this is a very valuable opportunity because when we focus on industry innovation, we will naturally feel like our blockchain, 5G, and AI, they are already very mature. But when you actually look at the factory production sites or the company workspaces, you will find out that implementation is very lengthy because it requires talents in 3 domains. First, this patent-related domains experts. Second, as shown in the video, mathematicians, scientists. And the third, engineers. Only when these 3 groups of people speak the same language are we able to really implement the technology. Huawei Cloud has this philosophy that when we serve the industry, everything is seen as a service. And we have a very clear strategy as we will first serve to build a fertile soil for Huawei's own innovation. And second, we aim to be the fertile soil for various industries. So as Alan mentioned, we're like sitting in the back. We are helping to create the fertile black soil. But in order to reduce the difficulties for experts when they use this platform, we use the everything as a service concept, which includes several levels. First, infrastructure as a service. So it's like using water or electricity. You can leverage the computing power, the general purpose one, the AI specific one. And second, technology as a service. This is very important, and it contains a lot of the technical innovations from Huawei Cloud, because we have 4 very important production lines. First, software production line, as we have embedded the code foundation model, as we can help the developers to quickly develop high quality code. And currently, there's questions to the developers, like the automatic committing of code, and when the users decide to accept it, the acceptance rate is 40%. And we think it is very soon to be increased to 50 or 60%. That means there will be several folds of increase of productivity. Second, data production. Data is a very important production element, and it is also a foundation for a digital economy. And when we look at patents, they are also a form of data, but it's very difficult for them to be integrated into the company because the company's production data could be even more complicated. It could cover thousands of different subjects, covering a dozen different domains. In order for the company to better leverage such assets, we provide this data production line. So just like when patent is easy to be searched, this data can be more easy to be used. And a third, the AI production line, as we aim to support hundreds of models with thousands of modalities. We hope that our foundation model vendors are able to leverage a cluster with 10,000 or even 100,000 NPUs. And currently, with one single interruption, it could stop such production for several days. And we hope to have very quick recovery, for example, within half a day or within just 30 minutes, so that developers can enjoy a more stable development environment. We also have this Pangu model to support various industries. And finally is the media production line. We see the trend of digital twins, whether in terms of industrial design or transportation, cities, the scale of simulation is increasing very rapidly. When we try to simulate a person, we will call it a digital person, so that this person's image can vividly be depicted on the screen. And based on this person's characteristics, we could tune the digital person so that this final avatar is able to have very smooth communication with others. So this is like in the form of digital twin. And comprehensively speaking, with the help of these aforementioned production lines, PAD, SNAP, or iFly Tech's experience in the education sector, for example, can be integrated. And finally, layer is the experience as a service, as we leverage experience from multiple vendors. Overall, Huawei Cloud leverages technologies to provide services to different sectors. Alan said, Ms. Xiao, later on I would like to ask you about how we can leverage patent information for training. But before that, allow me to go back to Marco. Let me ask you that question we asked about.
Marco, I think, my understanding is most of LexisNexis customers are in the US and Europe. And so you're still working on developing the Chinese market. And so can you share with us, while you're doing this, how your American and European customers are using our services in helping them to solve business problems?
Yeah, and I may add there, we also run a very successful business in Japan already, so very well established in Asia. I think when I look at our customers across the globe and see how we make them successful, I can't talk about that without talking about the changing role of IP in the world and also in organizations especially. We talked a little bit about that over dinner last night, Alan. What I've been observing over the past decade is that the role of IP is significantly changing. From in the past, mainly focusing on collaborating with R&D and then filing, drafting, prosecuting, and maintaining patents, businesses are understanding very well today that the IP function sits at a unique intersection between R&D, corporate strategy, and competitive intelligence, the data that they see day in and day out in the various patent databases. Now, I think 10, 15 years ago, it would have been unheard of that an IP function actually drives one of the largest chemical mergers in Japanese history. So when I think about how we make our customers successful, I like to point at the example of Showa Denko, where the IP function actually identified a merger and acquisition target, namely Hitachi Chemical, and made a suggestion to the board of the company to acquire that company in order to seize merger benefits, but also to prevent others from similar scenarios which would be disadvantageous to Showa Denko. So IP was at the central decision-making point of that acquisition. It wasn't just a function that was brought in to do some due diligence on patents after all the decisions had already been made, but IP, with the help of tools like ours, had been able to speak to the board of directors, the in a business language. So they've been able to translate the complex language of patents into the language of the board and the shareholders. So I'd like to share that as an example, Alan.
That's very interesting. Well, I think I want to maybe get back to our the first notion that we had, which is how to use AI and the patent information to make our lives easier, and that's absolutely a good idea for the management. But there are also questions for the developers and technology researchers. So 我觉得我们下一个问题哈，我还想再回到这。
So for the next question, I would like to go to Xiao Yi and Zhu Jing. I think my personal understanding is that when we look at patent information, it is very valuable because it contains multiple languages. It has another feature as it keeps updating non-stop. Because as a company, if we want to protect a certain technology, we have to apply for the patents, right? If without that protection, we may not be able to better protect it. And that is why we have been opening up a lot of technologies on a daily basis. And indeed, in the patent domain, we can obtain the most up-to-date information. Like when we do a Google search, we want to see the most up-to-date information. And from our perspective, we think patent information is very valuable. But on the other hand, we hope that such patent information can better serve our developers so that their work can be easier. For example, when we use patent data to train a model that can solve some problems for the developers so that developers can focus on more complicated matters. And you two are experts on AI, so can I ask about your take on how we can leverage the patent data and also technology data as a whole to help the developers to address their problems? Can you share with us your ideas? Thank you.
Well, actually, various experts already touch upon patents. Ms. Xiao, you mentioned Pangu's coding assistant. We also have our own coding assistant called iFly Tech Code. It has a version which can help unexperienced programmers to do programming. It also has its enterprise version. It can help the developers improve their coding efficiency. So coding assistant is a hot topic today. The developers, they can leave the work of coding or debugging to the large model. So they can focus more on more complex work. So in terms of 13B model, we have open sourced that model. It has 13 billion dense parameters, and we have opened up our base model and lower model and a character functionality. So we opened up these tools so that general public can use those tools to develop their large language models and in turn improve their R&D efficiency. So let me share with you two interesting examples. We are specializing in IT area, so we are very far away from drug research. But to support drug research and new drug discovery, we need to learn some mechanisms. We need to know that drug is composed of small molecules. So those small molecules can kill the bacteria. So we work with pharmaceutical experts and we learn their expertise and knowledge. As Ms. Zhang Qingying said, we are standing on the shoulders of tech giants. For Pangu's drug model, it can learn. Well, we work with the Shanghai Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences of Chinese Academy of Science. So the model is trained by the 1.7 billion small molecules in nature, and it can generate a new library of 100 million small molecules. And we also work with the hospital of Xi'an Jiaotong University. There is a Professor Liu Bing from that university who is using our Pangu platform to do the drug research and discovery. And he studied the small molecules structure, and he find out the mechanism of combining the molecules with the proteins of the bacteria so that the bacteria can be killed by the small molecules. And our model learned that knowledge, and the model can simulate the process of combination of small molecules and the protein of the bacteria, so that this process can be simulated by the model, and in turn, scientists can discover a new drug by doing that simulation. So this has to do with the cross-discipline cooperation. And this cooperation will generate new patents for new drugs. And if we publish the patents, then more people will be inspired to further the research. There are many of such examples, but today, for the sake of time, I just share with you two examples. These are two very interesting examples. Thank you. Do you have anything to add? Well, let me add one more thing. I mentioned the AI for Science initiative by the Chinese Academy of Science. AI can help us shift from the manual experiment to industrial experiments. Originally, you need to take 6 months to construct a protein, but with the help of the large language models, it only takes you several hours. Originally, it would take you 1,000 years to find a new catalyst, but now it only takes you 1 day with the help of large language model. So for the interest of time, I will leave the last question to Yali. We all know that PatSnap is specialized in patent search, but we all know that PatSnap has come up with a patent large language model. And you also offer various tech intelligence information services. So can you share with us in this area, what have you done and what makes you different from other patent search tools? Thank you for your question. Thank you for giving me the chance to take this question. So we have realized that patent is the presentation of the research results. In terms of improving the quality of the patents, we need to improve the R&D process. We need to improve the technology transfer as well as the commercialization process. So we're trying to provide the patent practitioners with the patent searching capability, and we get to know the whole process of R&D. For example, in the stage of R&D project initiation, we have built a large model which can assess the creativity of the project. And we have come up with a measurement system with more than 60 metrics. So people can use these metrics to assess which technologies have the most promising future, which technologies are worth your investment. So at the source, we can ensure the feasibility of the project. And during the R&D process, we use large language models, and we use various tools to provide the R&D process with the intelligence platform so that R&D team can know their competition in that field and the progress of others in that field, as well as what are the inventors in that field. So we can build the technology map, talent map, and the intelligence analysis of various fields, so that it's easy for businesses to understand the dynamics of the technologies and research as well as talents. And then we come when it comes to the transfer and implementation of patents, we're trying to build the patent value assessment system so that we can use quantitative metrics to assess the value of patent portfolios and patent pools. And also we're working with government to build the map for various industries. We're working with the financial institutions on various tools to assist them with assessments. We're working with universities and colleges on technology transfer. So all of these are not just about the patent, but they are all related to technical innovations and measurement. A lot of companies, including SOEs and private companies and foreign companies, we're working with them to build the R&D knowledge base and intelligence system so that our large models can help people see things better and have better transparency and visibility. Thank you. Thank you, Marco, Zhu Jing, Zhu Yali, and Xiaoyi for your excellent sharing. We look forward to more cooperations with you in future. Let's work together to unleash the power of openness. Thank you all.
That's all the time we have for today's forum. So thank you all for your time and participation. So we have lunch served on the campus. So stay with us and we'll chat more. Thank you. 那今天的论坛就到此结束了，但是我们有午餐，请大家跟随我们的导引，然后呢，我们可以在午餐继续边聊边吃。谢谢大家，谢谢大家。